Hello everyone, my name is Kid Lee. The Steam Summer Sale kicked off about 24 hours ago, and I've got 10 games that I am going to recommend that you take a look at. We're going to kick this off with my 2017 Game of the Year, and that is going to be Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. This is currently 40% off at $17.99. If you have not heard about this game, this was made by Ninja Theory, which is a small little indie studio, and they were able to actually put together a AAA quality experience in this amazing action-adventure type game. The low budget that they had on this and the amazing quality they were able to produce is just absolutely fantastic. The sound design in this game alone is worth the $18 price tag on this. So if you're looking for sort of an action-adventure, very story-driven game with sort of a hack-and-slashy type combat, make sure you check out Hellblade, because like I said last year, it was my Game of the Year. As we switch on to number 2 on the list, funny enough, this was actually my number 2 game last year, and it is Cuphead. This is a game that took them a very long time to put together because they actually hand drew the entire game. You can see right there on Steam, over 29,000 overwhelmingly positive reviews. I have never seen a game like this before. They're actually referred to it as a boss rush game. So if you're someone who likes to do bosses over and over and over again with new challenges and trying to figure out mechanics, this is the game for you. They were going for, sort of the Saturday morning cartoon out of the 20s, 30s, and 40s, and they just absolutely nailed every part of that, from the way that the game looks, the way the game sounds, and just the overall interaction with the game is just absolutely fantastic. This game is also a 10 out of 10 on the difficulty scale. So if you like a very difficult game, if you're a Dark Souls type person, I think you'll really, really like this one. Game number 3 on the list is a game that was recently talked about at E3 during the Bethesda conference. We have got Prey, which is currently 50% off at $14.99. This game actually just got a standalone DLC, which people are saying is absolutely fantastic. But Prey by itself is basically a single-player action-adventure RPG that is in space. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm always looking for a really good space RPG. So if that's the kind of thing you're looking for, definitely take a good look at Prey. Next up on the list is a real tearjerker, I think. This is going to be Ori and the Blind Forest, the definitive edition, and this is currently, I got to scroll down for a second, 50% off at $9.99. If you are into old school platformers, this is the kind of game that you're looking for. This is one of the best ones that's been released in a really, really long time. I think sort of Steam overall, there's always all kinds of platformers out there, but this one in particular is one of the better ones out there. Again, you look at the environments, the visuals, the sound. A lot of platformers do not look and do not sound as good as Ori and the Blind Forest. So yeah, definitely check that one out if you're looking for something in that genre. Next, we're going to move on to one of the best mech games that has been released in recent years, and this is BattleTech. This actually just came out on April 24th, so it's 20% off at $31.99. A lot of people have referred to this game as XCOM with mechs, so if you're actually a big fan of that XCOM series and you want something that's very, very similar, definitely check out BattleTech. Now, one thing that a lot of people are looking for in their, mech type games is being able to actually do subsystem targeting and that sort of things with the combat, and you can actually do that in this game. So this is a turn-based strategy, again, very similar to games like XCOM, as I just mentioned. So I know there's a lot of people who are looking for maybe actually like a first-person or third-person shooter type mech game. This is not that. This is a straight-up strategy game, which is going to be pretty cool. And actually, I didn't even play the video. Forgot to click the button on that, but we'll briefly watch the video. You can kind of see what it looks like. The one complaint that I have had on this a little bit is some people don't like the visuals. They think it's maybe just a little bit off, but everybody that I know who has actually played this game, they say that it's absolutely fantastic. Now, actually, speaking of XCOM, XCOM is actually our next game on the list. XCOM 2, The Collection, is what we're looking at here. So this is actually XCOM 2, the big expansion they released, and then some of the add-ons. The total on this is actually 124, but 64% off is going to put you at $44.88. Now, if we actually scroll down here for a second, if you maybe don't want to get the whole thing and you just want to get the base game, you'll see that the base game for XCOM 2 is 67% off at $19.79, so basically $20. But yeah, if you've never played XCOM itself before, it is basically a top-down strategy type game, and if I can actually find some gameplay here, we're seeing cutscenes, which we don't want to see. Show me some gameplay, Steam. Or, don't load your trailers at all, whatever. I guess I'll not show. We'll just look at the speaker. That's that guy's name. I have something like 130 hours in this game. Here it's actually showing kind of a little bit of gameplay, but so turn-based strategy, top-down sci-fi, character building. This is actually a really fun game to stream because you can actually name all of your units after your viewers or your friends or whatever, and then see if you can get them killed off and that kind of thing. So if you're looking for a really good, deep turn-based strategy, there's nothing else better than an XCOM or XCOM 2. Next, we'll go ahead and move on to another game that was released earlier this year. We've got Warhammer Vermintide 2, which is currently 34% off at $19.79. This is straight up a first-person hack and slash. And now you might ask, well, do I need to play, I guess, Vermintide 1, or do I have to know anything about Warhammer to play this? No, absolutely not. I don't know anything about any of those things, and I jumped into this game and had a fantastic time. There's actually multiple classes in this game that you can actually level up, and so it's part of the grind of the game is basically choosing a class and then grinding them up, getting them gear. Then once you get them to a certain level, you can actually pick a subclass, and there's something like 3 subclasses for every main class, so you can really find a class that you like and then sort of customize them to your play style, which is really cool. But yeah, just a straight up, as you can see here in the video, first-person hack and slash. It's all about doing these missions, either solo or with your friends. It has an online queuing system. I've had no issues just getting into random groups with people and just doing these mission runs and just hacking away and killing rats and stuff. So that game's a lot of fun, and at $20, that's a pretty good experience. Next, we'll go ahead and move on to something a bit more lighter, I would say, and this is Banished, currently at 66% off at $6.79. There it's playing. So this is actually a city-building strategy game. This entire game, the music, the visuals, everything was done by one guy, which is really, really impressive. But out of all of the city builders that's out there, I think City Skylines is probably the one to go to, but if you're looking for something a little bit different, you'll want to take a look at this game. Because in addition to just the city building elements, you actually have survival. So you have all of your citizens, and you actually have to send them out on jobs to keep the town up and running, which is pretty cool. Again, something like City Skylines, it's all about just building your city, and that's it. So in this game, you also do that, but you're also having to manage the citizens and their health and make sure you got enough food incoming and that sort of thing. So, and you can see the different seasons. There's like snow right there, which is pretty cool. Some nice shots of towns and farms being built. So it's really a game that you can kind of build it however you want. And just, like I said, keep your people alive and see how far you can take it. It's really, really cool. Next up on the list, this is game number 9. We have got Firewatch, and this was in my top 5 when it came out in 2016. It's a really, really beautiful game. It's one of the more unique art styles that I've seen apparently my videos are just not running. He's holding a turtle. There we go. But this is what they refer to as a walking simulator. So it's basically like a 100% story-driven game. And then you do have a few, choices you can do here and there. But it's really, at its core, it's a sit back, relax, just follow along with the story, get deep into the environment, sort of that type of game. The beginning of the game is actually super, super sad. There's people who, in about the first 5 to 10 minutes, this game will actually start crying. And I'm trying to avoid spoilers on that for anybody who actually wants to go ahead and grab it at $4.99, 75% off. At $5, this is one heck of an experience that you should definitely check out. But yeah, just the overall atmosphere in this game is just fantastic. But we'll go ahead and move on to the last game that I have marked here. And this is going to be Pit People, 40% off at $11.99. So there's one thing in gaming in general that you just don't see very much anymore, and it's humor-based games. These South Park games that have come out over the last couple of years are a fantastic example. And this game is also a fantastic example. So it's basically another turn-based, strategy-type game with a story, but the entire thing is humor-based. It's just ridiculous about this giant bear falling out of the sky and ruining the planet, but then the bear is like talking to you and trying to mess with you the entire game, and he's like stealing stuff and destroying stuff, and then you have like all these different creatures you can get, and it's like, oh, for a weapon, I'm going to give you a popsicle and a turtle shell for a shield, and you can just like mix and match your units, and you can actually capture any unit that you see in the game. So it's like you go into a battle and you see, oh, there's a alien baby? ? No, I actually want that on my team. You go ahead and you just capture it, and it's now yours, and you can customize it. And this is actually a game that I'm going to be streaming at some point in the next probably month or two, because I haven't had a chance to play it myself. But I've seen so much coverage on it, I feel like I can still recommend it. It's just hilarious to watch, and from what I've seen and heard from my friends who have played it, they just say that it's a fantastic game overall, and maybe for 2018 it might even be a Game of the Year contender at the end of the year. We will definitely see. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be 10 games that I recommend. Hopefully you'll check a couple of those out. Again, not sure why the trailers are being so goofy. Actually, the Steam website has been just getting hammered today because these summer sales come out and everybody goes, and the launcher and the website just have all kinds of issues. So maybe that's why the trailers aren't wanting to play correctly. But anywho, we'll go ahead and end it right there. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope this helps you fill out your buy list for the summer sale, and go play some games, guys. So thank you all so much for watching. Everybody keep playing, have fun, and we'll see you next time.